we got?
Ojulari off the pup.
Off the pup.
What do you expect out of him immediately?
Just get him acclimated with how we do things. Start getting some mental reps in. Start progressing him physically. See where he's at.
Do you expect him to be ready for Friday, like to have a big role?
No timetable on him.
How much of a challenge is it to kind of make sure he eases his way back? Because I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to get out there.
Yeah, good phrase. Yeah, we'll obviously have a plan for him, and that kind of, you have to be willing to adapt that plan. Coming back off of any type of injury is not linear typically, so you just got to be ready for the things that could possibly happen. You know, he's doing great. What do we want to do? He had a bad day here or there. What do we do? And you really got to listen to the athlete when it comes to that. When he's physically and mentally ready to play, we'll put him back out there.
Is there a way to measure an injured player in terms of how he has absorbed the playbook before he gets out there? Like, can you tell that he's in a good place for that, or do you have to see him?
Yeah, that's a good question, Darren. A little bit. I mean, a little bit of both. You can see, how he's progressing from a schematic execution standpoint when you go slow and then when you go fast. Two different things, the way they evaluate that. But, I'm just excited to get him out there and see him move around with his buddies.
Is in your experiences, getting a rookie prepared to play linebacker or whatever he'll play, is that one of the harder positions for a rookie to learn, or is that one of the easier ones?
I wouldn't say harder or easier. I think they're all different challenges depending on position and what scheme you're in and what us as a coaching staff is asking the player to do. But he's very intelligent and his football character's through the roof, so he'll do everything that he can, I'm sure, to get ready to play as fast as he can.
When does the game plan switch from focusing, solely on training camp to now focusing on the Broncos?
Couple weeks.
What's the excitement level now that you have somebody else to hit besides your own guys?
You could ask them because I ain't hitting anybody, but yeah, game plan. Yeah, they'll be excited. You know what I mean? You get to play someone of another team in a game type situation, which is what Friday is, and they're excited to go compete. You know what I mean? So whatever color jerseys across from them, they're excited to go compete. So, and that's what we'll be about on Friday night.
What do you like about Marquise Brown?
He's extremely fast. He gets open, and he catches the ball.
What does he have to be the number one receiver, the playmaker that you guys need?
Those three things.
What are your takeaways from Saturday?
A little bit cleaner, but both sides did some good things. Special teams, some guys really stood out. And, that are starting to kind of trend in a positive direction where we thought guys could go, and some competition in certain spots for some, positions on teams is critical to our success as a team. I like where that's heading, where that's trending. And, just from today, we got to get a little bit better than Saturday, so that's kind of our deal. We got to take what happened, the good and the bad, learn from it, and then improve on it today and this week moving forward.
Timetable on getting Keontae out there back practice?
You'll see him out there pretty soon.
You've had this is your 10th day of training camp. What have you seen specifically out of Isaiah at safety that you noticed, used to work on?
He's been reliable back there, which is the first trait of a safety to me. Being in the right spot where you're supposed to be all the time. The definition of a safety, reliability for me. But he shows some range and some hitting ability, a little bit of coverage ability, a little bit of downhill striking ability. Long way to go, but I like where he's at.
It's a very different, unique body size for that position. I assume you don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, a couple guys come to my mind, but yeah, he's typically a little bit longer, I would say, than your normal safety, being his height. I've played with some guys that are about that weight where he's at right now, but bigger guy. That's good. Take up some space. Yeah, it can, you know what I mean, if he plays to his strengths. So I think he realizes how that can help him and how that can also hurt him, and make sure that we work on those things.
I think he's a guy who could get some interceptions because of everything we just
He's proven that he can take the ball away, yeah.
What have been your impressions of Marquise Hayes
Yeah, big, strong, powerful, and he's getting better every day. I like where he's at. Told him that last night.
It seems like you have a really hands-on approach. Keytron Clark comes to mind. Looked like you're working with his feet a couple days ago. How important is it for you to have that, hands-on approach instead of just telling your position coach, hey, he's got to work on this?
Yeah, good question, Tyler. I try to do that with everybody. Obviously, that's my baby. And, just when he wants to be coached extremely hard, all our guys do. But honestly, probably the one time you see me, if I catch him in between plays, it's because he's kind of probably right in front of me. So it's a quick, hey man, make sure you do this, kind of thing. But I like where he's at. He did some good things on this last week on Saturday. He got beat a couple times, showed a little bit of resilience. But he's got to have a big week this week.
What have you seen from a guy like Dennis Gardick?
The ultimate pro. He really goes out of his way to help his teammates understand, give them cheap points, tips here or there. He's a guy that comes to mind that's always very curious, asking offensive players, hey, why'd you set like this? Why'd you make that call? If I do this, what would you do? He's a student of the game. He's got a growth mindset. Football characters through the roof. Glad we have him. Like where he's going.
Coach, what would you say made Coach Rodriguez a really good fit for your staff?
Growth mindset, team first, technician, and understands the big picture.
What are your thoughts on Kyle Soley, the local kid, had a long college career? Could that be beneficial to someone because they're a little bit more mature, they've got more experience under their belt?
Yeah, Kyle's doing a good job like all our rookies. You know what I mean? So he's got a long way to go too. But, I'm pleased where he's at. I thought he took a step mentally and physically on Saturday. So he's got to stack another good week together, But, yeah, absolutely.
Michael Wilson found the end zone twice on Saturday. Is his next kind of challenge Friday going up against real competition?
Yeah, see if you can get open on Pat Surtain.
What did you guys do for Connor's birthday today?
Sing him happy birthday. That's true. I said, lay off the cake. He shows his abs in that shirt. I said, lay off the cake, dude.
Coach, thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.